This is another one from Reddit. It's from Reddit user Kudapunk. The question is...
It's like a steampunk version of PewDiePie.
It is, how much sawdust can you put into a Rice Krispie treat before people start to notice? There is no context. I would just love to know.
How much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie treat
Before people start to notice.
So it's not even how much will hurt the person. It's just when will they notice?
No, I'm not doing this to hurt people. I mean, they're not doing this to hurt people.
I guess so, yeah.
They're just doing this
Are they trying to make it heavier? Are they trying to just take up space?
Are they trying to make it heavier?
I don't know, man.
Wow, this Rice Krispie treat is rather heavy.
This is a thick Rice Krispie treat.
Might there be sawdust in this one? They found out. Because this one was 20 pounds heavier than the last one.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's some places I go to, some restaurants.
That
and
put sawdust in the Rice Krispies?
Yeah, that. And also, like, when I go, I'm like... Whoa, look at that Rice Krispie. That looks really, like, thick. And I pick it up, and the weight of it is, like, if it's, like a really heavy Rice Krispie treat, I'm like, dang, that's going to taste really good, I bet, because it's going to be so full of sugary goo.
Two important things.
Yeah.
One, there are restaurants you go to that just have Rice Krispie treats on the menu. This is new to me.
No, you ever been to Noodles and Company?
They have Rice Krispie treats there?
Yeah, they have like homemade ones where they like, and I worked at a place. I worked at a little cafe in Winona where we would actually make Rice Krispie treats, and we would take like a big like 2-3 pound bag of like store brand of Rice Krispie treats, like Rice Krispie cereal. We'd put it in a big tub and get marshmallows and butter.
Oh, good.
And put that in the microwave, mix it up. Dump it with the Rice Krispies, mash it around, and it's like real hot and sticky, and I don't like my wording, and I flatten it out. and then when it gets...
Keep going.
And then when it cools,
actually, I was going to say, if you want to redo that, but whispering into the microphone, by all means.
Warm sugary goo. I said that 3 minutes ago in case you forgot. That's just not me making it up. What did I actually say?
You don't have to redo the whole thing.
Oh, I just thought it'd be fun. What I was going to say, yeah, but then we sold those. And it was like, if it was like thicker, heavier Rice Krispies, I would be like, ooh, that's a better, like, it just doesn't remind me of like a store-bought, like, little individual baggied Rice Krispie treat. And so I thought it was like better.
That's actually really good for you guys. I had no idea that Rice Krispie treats were anywhere but like convenience stores.
Really?
Yeah.
Never?
I didn't. I know that people make them at their houses. I didn't know that stores made them. I don't. It just because when I think anything like cafe or restaurant, I think they're too high standards to do stuff like that.
Yeah, but how much sawdust? Wow, did we get sidetracked? My fault. How much sawdust? Well, I think we gotta...
Before people start to notice. This is very important. The question is not how much sawdust would you prefer in your Rice Krispie treat. It's how much sawdust is able to fit into one solid Rice Krispie treat before people begin to notice that you have put sawdust in there.
Yeah. And so I looked it up, and it looks like a regular Rice Krispie treat is 1.3 ounces.
1.3 ounces?
So with that in mind, how
much does sawdust, like a pound of sawdust weigh? Is that
dumb? That was the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life.
Have you ever heard the question of like a pound of metal and a pound of feathers?
Yeah, and lead and feathers.
Yeah, obviously lead's heavier because the other's feathers.
Is that the answer that you gave, Zane?
When they say, but it's a pound, and they say, but it's heavier than feathers.
with that accent too, huh? I always thought that was a stupid test that people asked you just to see whether you were thinking or not. But
whether you weren't thinking or not, I caught you there.
Oh, good one.
Thank you.
But so knowing that a regular Rice Krispie treat, 1.3 ounces, what amount of ounces or tenth of ounces or whatever, just can help us. What percentage of the full Rice Krispie do you think you could get away with?
I do think that you could get the Rice Krispie treat up to a solid 4.5 pounds before I would notice.
So it's a personal thing. It's not people by large. It's you personally, which I believe.
You have to keep something in mind. You could go Rice Krispie treat, and you could start making it heavier and heavier to the point that I say, wow, this is a dense Rice Krispie treat. But there's a certain extent. You have to reach a certain just excessive amount before I'm like, wow, this is so heavy. that must be sawdust.
It wouldn't be the fact that you didn't see these regular Rice Krispie bubbles and that it was just a big yellow brick.
Yeah, because sometimes that stuff is already tough enough to chew.
You have that hard of a time with Rice Krispie treats?
Sometimes it depends on the kinds that you make, man. Sometimes they're not as soft as you'd expect. Sometimes they are actually just blocks of sawdust.
So next week we're gonna be doing a Rice Krispie treat review.
On this episode of Save Your Baking.
We're gonna be on this episode of Save Your Baking, we're gonna be doing a Rice Krispie treat review. With Jesus Christ's spirit among us at the same time.
Hello and welcome back to Save Your Baking. I am your patron host, Zane Shaw, here with my Messiah, Will Palumbo. And
oh my gosh!
On this episode,
you heretic.
On this episode, we will be making Rice Krispie treats that are heavy and aren't they just? They're just the
free of sawdust.
Life of the party, so free of sawdust. That so good, you'll love them to death, but then you'll come back in 3 days and eat them again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Do you hate me yet?
I'm not happy.